Howdy lovelies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to What We're Crafting, where we learn, grow and craft together. In today's session, I just want to show you what you can do with your scrap. Now, we're going to make some clusters and I'll show you my process. Now, it takes me days to get to a stage where I'm ready to put the final touches on these clusters. I take a few minutes a day because this is how I work off my scrap bin. Now the pieces, they are really just pieces of paper. No rhyme, no reason, it's just what's in the bin. Grabbed a few, not thinking too much about it, and we are going to put these together. So what do we need? We need scissors, glue, maybe a stapler if you want, and of course some ink. So without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, these pieces are truly scraps, and it could have been easily thrown away. Now let me just get a ruler as well. I'm going to take a very flimsy piece of vintage paper. We can use that if we need to. You just mostly need something to glue things on. So I've got a few bits of cardstock. This can be a cluster by itself. So let's quickly look a few things. I love using, sometimes to find paper in the right color is difficult. So I make do with what I've got and what I can find, and then it might be bound in a book. So I then actually cut those pieces off. I just want to spread this open so that I can see what I'm doing here. Whatever, some book pages, that can work. When you overthink things, it will take you forever to get, well, I find, I can't speak for you, but if I have to sit and look for pieces that fit together, it will take me forever. So what I do is I take one type of theme paper. I have my paper sorted in two groups. One, the colorful pieces, and the vintage pieces, which would be the browns and the shabby chics, like that. So if I have to sit and think about this, it will take me forever to get a few things so that I can use it. A few pieces of paper is all that you need, just a few. It truly does not have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can ink the edges if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And we might just take something somewhere there. Yes, I'm not using liquid glue right now. So once I have done a few like this, I would then go in and decide maybe on a little sentiment or a focal point. So I get them to this point, mostly like this, so that I can grab and change it to whatever theme I have, whether that is steampunk. I can then go in and add something metal, a stamp of a key or a hat or a beard, moustache, glasses, whatever I want to add as the focal point. So this is very neutral and it can be used for any theme. It could also be turned, how will I change this into shabby chic? The minute that I add, say, strip of washi tape, or I add a rose, some lace, perfect. And there we have one little cluster ready to be decorated in whichever way I would want it to be. So say for instance, and I'll just put that to one side for now, say for instance you don't have a lot of cardstock. You have only a piece like this. Now we might tear that down. You can use your ruler. I'll just put that on one side. You can simply tear this. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can use this, and that will also be a perfect piece. It doesn't have to be a complete set like this one, where it filled the whole card. I'll show you. It can be just pieces that has been torn. Let me grab a thinner piece here. I'm just looking for something. Sometimes it feels that you don't have the paper that you need. you want to do some machine stitching on here, I would say don't use too much glue, just a little bit, not much, otherwise it will be too hard on your machine to get through all the glue. That one can be done. Like I said, it does not have to be a very intricate piece. For 3 sides were inked, so I just want to ink the rest of it as well. And all these pieces could have ended up in the dustbin, but now they're becoming useful because we are now making it a cluster. So, like I said earlier in one of my other videos, if you have an idea how you would like to actually use your scrap pieces, keep them. If you don't have a use for them, throw them away. If you have tiny pieces like these ones I might just throw away, but they might, and I'll show you maybe on this one. This is not too dark, or too strong, too stiff enough. This tone edge better, but I like this color better. Right, let's use it that way. So if you have a piece like this, you can add it for texture. I will just not glue the whole thing down. I will keep some parts standing up like there, and then maybe we can add this little bitty that we have just torn off from the other little scrap. You can go in and ink all your pieces if you want to, or you can only ink some of them, or in the end just the final product. Yes, right now it doesn't look like anything, but in a minute or so it can be a beautiful piece. So let's decorate these 3 pieces, and I will continue with making some clusters off camera. I sometimes also tend to use those little stickers that I forget about, and you cannot use them due to misprints and things like that on other projects. They do tend to come off, so I do add a bit of extra glue just to make sure they are then staying on. So that can be a nice addition. Then something as simple as that can be added. It can be a postage stamp, whether it is handmade or a vintage. Let me just open this container. It can be stickers, it can be anything. Really, truly, it can be anything. If it's a cancelled postage stamp, it can be so beautiful. So let's see before we decide. I kind of like that one, which is handmade. It's faux postage, and I showed you in a previous. There we go. There's one cluster done. That's all it takes, and you can now turn this into a hidden paper clip. It can be added to a tag. The tag that I have on my desk is still that purple one that I showed in a previous video, where I do the the mopping up of ink, which is part of the smooshing technique. The colors are not fitting each other, but I'm just showing you that you can now add this to a tag, maybe with some stamping, and it will be a beautiful little tag. Let me do another one. This will just be better. If this was a tag, you could have added it like that, somewhere on there. Could have been a page embellishment, focal point on a page. It can be a little tuck spot, any of such a thing. It is so useful. I kind of like this red on the red, but let's just see. And here I like the browns. this is a sticker. So let's maybe stick with the postage stamps. I normally get this off by there we go. And then we might just add another one up there. Let's see what else we can find here. There might be something there. That would have been nice if that was in there. Total different. Let's see if we can lift this one up. A ticket. Maybe we can add a ticket up there. It actually closes a lot of that. I like that too. So just adding a bit of glue there. You can't see the back now because I might be out of view. Just adding some glue. And there, that one is also done. Out of scraps. And we have something gorgeous out of it. I just want to see if I have something more orangey. I like this orange. It's a very red orange. That's more a pinkish red. Let's see if I have. See how many faux postage stamps I've got here. I've got loads and loads and loads. I like the purple though, but the purple won't go with that. Let's see. I can't seem to lay my hand on the perfect piece now, but soon, I just need to rummage through here. Now, what do we have there? I like this one better than that. All right, we're going to add those two. And there we have it. Also, the one is a faux postage stamp. And this one is a real vintage stamp. Also cancelled. And that one. So there we have these ones. Let's get something there on that one still. Maybe something blue. Also a faux vintage postage stamp. There, or there, or there, oh, there. I like it there. And then you can go in. Let me just get these ones closed. Otherwise, I might have postage stamps flying all over. Just bear with me for a moment, please. I like to just add some stamping on there. And that I will do in a, I think, a walnut stain stamp block. Let's just get a stamp out. Just the first one. And finalize it. I like to just round it off. And yes, you can use the same stamp, or you can use a different one. Now this is quite big. I would want another one up there. So let's pick another one. And there we have it. How easy is that? To think that scraps can become such a beautiful little piece of artwork that you can easily then add to your projects. Let's just put them together here. See how I dirtied the page. There we have it. I think they turned out well. I will be using these little scraps and I will be making a few more clusters for myself. These are easily added to projects. You can do paint splatters on them if you want. You can really make this your own. Thanks for joining me. Go try to make some clusters with scraps for yourself. And if you do, please tag Wobble Crafting on social media. If you want to see more content like this, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of new content whenever I upload it. And as always, I'll be appreciative if you subscribe to my channel too. See you back soon. Goodbye.